Welcome to the bold analysis. Everyone is waiting for William Ruto's cabinet that is supposed, according to reports, is supposed to be named between this weekend and latest on Tuesday. Immediately William Ruto touches down from the US. And there is a message that has been given out by strong William Ruto critic from the Lower Eastern, Charity Ngilu, who gave out a statement that about William Ruto's cabinet. And I just looked at it some few minutes ago on what she just posted, saying that they are waiting for the 50% women pledge that was promised by William Ruto on cabinet slots. So I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think William Ruto is going to deliver the 50% pledge on cabinet to the women? Is he going to nominate 50 women, 50% to constitute 50% of the cabinet? This was a pledge at the campaign trail to counter Azimio la Umoja's card, the gender card, by Martha Wangari Karua. And fair enough, there are strong indications that Martha Wangari Karua is still trying to package herself and might still get back in the ballot, wanting to be the first deputy woman deputy president. That is a conversation that seems to be gaining. And many people really supported Azimio la Umoja. There quite a number that supported Azimio la Umoja on the gender card. So looking at that call by Charity Ngilu, I want to believe that Charity Ngilu is not just a mere politician. And she's speaking from a bearing. She's speaking from a point of view. So what do you think is her point of view? And what can you draw from this? I can say without fear of contradiction that when William Ruto names cabinet, that is when the country will know the shape of his government. And we are really waiting to analyze that cabinet, because it is from the cabinet that we shall see what exactly is the intention, or rather was the intention, of William Ruto's presidential bid. From there, we are going to draw a lot of conclusions and make a lot of observations from that. I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video as I explain in details why, what exactly Charity Ngilu is trying to reveal from the 50% push on William Ruto to nominate women, the cabinet. Now, let me tell you, this probably is the most difficult political pledge to promise, political pledge to redeem, but William Ruto has started on a high note by framing the minds of voters that he is committed to redeem all the pledges that he promised at the campaign trail, and what could be done has been done. Even at the power sharing document that was shared, it is in general public that Amason Kingi was a latecomer and maybe did not bring more votes than many leaders from even Mount Kenya. Even if you go to Mount Kenya, you realize that even Meru alone produced more votes than Kilifi and Kwale combined. But because of the spirit of redeeming the pledges, because at the campaign trail, there was a narrative that Azimio la Umoja side is a mongrel that works on betrayals and is not auguring well with the people. So even if it was a pinch, but Some of the pledges had to be redeemed. Now, Raila Odinga's message to William Ruto through what Charity Ngilu is saying is that I am ready to take you head on so that you redeem your pledges. And that is what Raila Odinga is simply saying. The point of bearing by Charity Ngilu is from an opposition front that is simply telling William Ruto that what you promised at the campaign trail when we were campaigning, I will make you, push you to the end to make sure that we redeem, or to remind Kenyans about it. And I can say that if there will be a bunch, if there will be one of the most interesting campaigns, or rather contests, will be in 2027, because it will be based on issues on, okay, you said you're going to give us this, did you do it? Yes. You said you were going to do us this, did you do it? It will be along those lines. It will not be on the politics of revenge. It will not be about the freedom that, okay, we need to vote so that we bring the freedom. It will be on those issues. And I think the advisors of Raila Odinga have advised him that take up this role to shape the politics of this country. And through that, Raila is going to reinvent himself and find a new political wave and create a new political wave. And that wave, from what I see, could be led by these other lieutenants and not Raila Odinga himself. So what Raila is saying, that I am ready and I will make Kenyans to ask you the tough questions. Because of different interests in that executive, I can tell you that William Ruto is a man in dilemma. And the dilemma that is here is serving different political interests. You want to receive, you want to locate, you want to appoint 50 women in cabinet. But at the same time, you have people who are in government, that different stakes, people who also want to get the stake. Politicians are resigning their MP and senator seats to take up cabinet positions, while at the same time, that means you are recycling politicians, but at the same time, you're supposed to appoint the women. You have women like Aisha Jumwa, who might be looking for it, but again, they seem not to be viable for those positions. But those are the politicians that you are supposed, that you have the political rights. Now, Ngilu is speaking on behalf of the Lower Eastern. But look here, what is in it for the Lower Eastern? That is another bearing that Ngilu is speaking from. And, you know, I think the leaders that are there now, Mutua and Kivutha Kibwana, who went later, after elections, they have been pushed to the periphery. I think it's only Mutua that is now moving with William Ruto. And I can tell you that Mutua is one person that is very strategic and gets his PR right. You know, he is a PR by public relations expert by profession. And he gets his PR right. What will even stop him from going to New York by his own means? Just to share the moment with William Ruto and up the stakes. What will stop him? If at one point he said that he was funding Azimio La Umoja campaigns in Lower Eastern just to get the stakes and to cover. And if there is a leader that could have even injected funds in William Ruto's campaign, that can be Alfred Mutua. So Charity Ngilu is simply asking William Ruto, as you want to name the cabinet, what is the stake of the Lower Eastern? And remember, Ngilu and Ruto at the campaign trail were never seen eye to eye. So you can see the way this is coming out. So I can tell you that after the cabinet is named, there are going to be a lot of questions. Where is Luo? Where is Luo Nyanza? Where is Western? Where is Lower Eastern? where is caused. And those conversations are coming. Now, from that, you can actually start drawing lines. Because politics is about getting people that converging interests and put them together and then tell them that now this government is not for you. That is it. The other thing is, Azimio might be working towards continue pushing through the Martha Karua gender factor. Sadly, this has not been seen in the House leadership, but I have seen I've seen them nominating one woman, that is Sabina Chege. But I also see, Martha Karua card was an opportunity for Kenyans to pick a first woman deputy president. And there was a lot of gender that the women were actually getting to the topmost decision-making seat in the country. That was already the euphoria. That is the euphoria kind of euphoria that was being built. And there have been a question as to whether Martha Karua is going still to remain in this place for some time. And I can tell you, I looked at the birthday party that was organized. I saw Raila Odinga, Martha Karua, Kalonzo Musyoka. They seem to be making the three front. They seem to be making that front. The challenge here is that William Ruto on the other side has brought the youth and gave them the big seats. If he picks the youth in the cabinet, he gives them the big seats, then Raila Odinga team that might be pushing the opposition front or on Martha Karua card might find themselves in a very difficult position. But because of the women card that is coming, what will stop Azimio after the cabinet is named and Ruto does not do this? What do you think will stop Azimio from saying that the women have been shortchanged? And you can sustain this. This can be a very good sustained plot. That if you create and you bring a constitutional review process, you put the women at the center of it and say that it should be that even at presidency, we should have a zebra ticket, where if a man is a president, then a woman is the deputy. Or even at governor, that we should have zebra in the spirit of two gender. That we should also have maybe the 2/3 gender rule. And of course, this is going to create the momentum for the push of the achievement of the 2/3 gender rule. So what can you read from Charity Ngilu? But if you ask me, Charity Ngilu is speaking from a bearing. And that is the voice of Azimio la Umoja. And that's my bold.